So Dan, tell us how you got involved with Tuff Enuff.
Well, I was working in Cornwall with Tony, whose story you've obviously heard, and it was about this time last year. He came around to my house with the idea of putting Tuff Enuff together, and knowing Tony's story as I do, it really hit a chord with me because I've also had my own issues with both physical and mental health issues, and I'm a strong believer in mental health and physical health being strongly linked, and it just struck a real chord with me about setting goals for people, helping people overcome metaphorical and literal obstacles, and he mentioned it to me, and I was on board straight away.
Excellent. So did you have a physical background? Had you been physical before that? You exercise and is that your thing?
In another life, I had a terrible career in Thai boxing, and I got very fit at one point, and then had a shoulder injury, which left me unable to do the sport that I really enjoyed, and subsequently over a bit of time put on a bit of weight, and I had a bit of a shock. I went to the doctor to have a sort of MOT, and in my mid-30s was told my cholesterol was high, my blood pressure was high, liver functions were high. Wow. I had 2 raised blood sugar levels, so technically was diabetic, and it sort of shocked me really, and it was a sort of a time where I had to make a decision, had to do something about it.
What do you think? What was the cause of those ailments?
Just not looking after myself, you know, eating badly, not exercising, and I think just sort of ignoring it, you know. But then I did a bit of research into diabetes and pre-diabetes, and there seemed to be differing opinion as to whether you could reverse it or not.
Okay.
And me being quite stubborn, I decided to see if I could reverse it. So I got quite strict with my diet, cut out all sugars, sort of refined and processed foods, and did some exercise. And within 3 months, went back to the doctors and I'd reversed everything. The cholesterol had reversed, the blood pressure had gone back down, my liver function was fine, blood sugar was absolutely fine. So when Tony came and asked me to get involved with Tuff Enuff, I sort of had my own sort of journey that I've been on, and I mean, and Tony's story is so inspiring. Yeah. And he inspires everyone he tells about Tuff Enuff, and I just wanted to be part of it. And it's been the most incredible journey over the last year. The learning curve that we've been through as a company, the people that we've helped, the changes in the people who've taken part, the challenges. They've accepted the challenge. And then once they've accepted the challenge of doing one of our events, the journey they've gone on to do it, and just seeing this sort of elation on their faces is amazing.
The transformations
really
in people. Yeah. So diet's a big issue for you.
I think responsibility for me is important. I think taking responsibility for your own health. I mean, nobody's going to do it for you. But there's lots of people out there who've been in the same boat who can help you. Yeah. But you have to take responsibility for your own, and that's where I think Tuff Enuff can help people. You know, with the active wellbeing and therapy, with the actual events that we do, with the boot camps that we do, with the support networks that we've got, we can really help people overcome those obstacles. And you know, they're metaphorical obstacles, and we're doing obstacle races, and I just like the whole idea.
Yeah. So your change in diet really did make a huge impact on your health. Talk a bit about the changes that you made there.
It was, I mean, the real change I made was refined sugars and refined starches. Okay. So I tried to cut out all sugary drinks, all processed sugars and processed starches, and ate a lot more fibre, a lot more pulses, a lot more beans, a lot more vegetables, clean eating. as they call it.
Yeah,
you know, try to cut out all the processed stuff.
Yeah.
And drinking calories was amazing how many calories you consume drinking fruit juices, alcohol.
So the nutritional advice that Tuff Enuff are offering, can you tell us a bit about that?
Yeah, well, I mean, we've got professional nutritionists who are able to be contacted through Tuff Enuff. But like Tony said, he's happy to talk to people about his own experience with weight loss, and anyone who wants to know how I managed to do it can get in touch through Tuff Enuff. I'd be happy to sort of tell anybody how I managed to do it. I've got no sort of professional qualification as such, but I've researched it. I like to know a lot about what I'm doing, so I researched it myself, and yeah, anyone who wants to know more can either get in touch via the website, via the Facebook page, and we've got professional nutritionalists, and we can all talk about our own experiences. And I think that's part of it, is this support network that Tony's wanted to set up for people who've had his experiences. I'm happy to help where I can with people who may be going through similar things to I've been through. So
I think that really is what people are looking for, isn't it? I think an identification with somebody that's been there, that's done it, that's lived it, that's experienced it, and you know, can offer, this was what worked for me.
Yeah, absolutely.
It can work for you.
Absolutely. I mean, you know, a lot of people sort of almost paralysed with fear about taking the first step with anything, whatever it is, whether it's sporting, whether it's physical, whether it's mental, and it's sometimes just having the knowledge that it's not, that we're not all super athletes. We're all normal people who are all just trying to sort of make small adjustments and changes and improve our health and our lifestyle. And once you start on that journey, you know, you can keep moving forward. You might have little hiccups, but you know, you've got the support to keep moving forward, and people who've been through that with you, you know.
And it's also quite a delicate process as well, in that if you've been diagnosed with something by a doctor, you know, I mean, there is an element of fear attached to that. So and it is a very delicate process, isn't it? I mean,
absolutely.
We're obviously keen not to advocate stopping your meds or anything, but there are other ways to gently help yourself.
Absolutely, absolutely, and you know, physical exercise. It doesn't matter whether it's walking out in the open air, whether it's doing the gym, whether it's cycling. It helps everything. It helps your mental health, your physical health, and that's one of the other things that I like about the Tuff Enuff, the whole Tuff Enuff sort of idea, is that a lot of it is outdoors. It combines it combines nature and being outside, exercising outside. I feel you get more from it. There's something special about being outside, being, you know, amongst in the elements.
Yeah, I mean, I have noticed that there's a bit of a kind of wave of these fitness regimes, in terms of that there's a lot of companies that seem to be offering military style boot camps. Okay, but what I'm sensing from you is there is definitely a difference, I think, in what you guys have got to offer, in that it seems gentler, although it's tough.
Yeah,
it does seem gentler in that there is the real personal angle on it. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I mean, we're real people with our own sort of, with our own troubles that we've sort of overcome, and you know, and I don't know whether we've mentioned that one of the chaps who did the race recently, Elliot, 22 stone. He trained for the race. Everybody said he couldn't do the race,
right.
and he did. He trained hard for it, and he did it. And we're going to be doing a series of radio podcasts coming very soon with Tuff Enuff. We're going to be bringing lots of different experts in, sort of physical experts, mental health experts, all, psychotherapists, all sorts of people who can help people achieve their goals. People help set your goals and be able to reach them and achieve them.
Yeah. Okay, so you're going to be doing the podcasts, and they're going to be available on the website?
Yeah, we're going to be starting them.
Tuff Enuff website.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to be starting them in the next few weeks, and we're going to invite people, anybody who wants to come and tell their story, share their experiences, because anything like that brings people in, draws people in. I think it helps the whole sort of helps the whole community of it all.
Right, yeah. Okay, well, we'll look forward to them. Okay, thanks very much.
Thank you. Cheers.